Hey guys, this is Cholera bringing you set 1 redone between KTF and Samson Khan, and this is of course between Flash and Jangbi. Last game ended up being quite epic, I have to say, as most drawn games tend to be. You have all the minerals mined out usually before a draw occurs, unless there's some kind of wacky rush that kills off all the opponent's workers and buildings or something. And whoa, right from the start we're seeing Jangbi, here the yellow Protoss, moving out a probe, and he's going to be going for some kind of proxy cheese here. Flash in the red at the upper right once again. And really, I think Jangbi is just tired of playing the long game with Flash. He realizes that Flash is still in form enough to be able to hold off his best efforts last game. I think he wants to end this as soon as possible. We'll see if Flash decides to go for something like a 14 command center, although I think that's unlikely on this map. I think that would be the only thing that makes an auto lose for him. If he decides to go for the standard barracks, refinery, factory, it's going to come down to micro, and honestly, I actually like Flash's chances on this map for his micro, because Flash is just so good with his micro. I think it really, he was well known for his cheese when he started off in his career, and I really think the best cheesers are also the best players to defend against a cheese. It's almost like it takes a thief to catch a thief. It's the same thing, because their early game micro is just so strong that I think Flash is going to be able to hold off this rush quite well if he decides to put the barracks down right now, and I do suspect him to do that. Last game he did put his barracks down very quickly, and here comes the barracks at 10, I believe. So Flash, I feel, will be somewhat prepared for this. Jangbi is probably gonna... Oh, but Jangbi is planting the gas assimilator. This could change the game up, because this will certainly delay Flash's factory from going up. So we might need to see a second barracks from Flash to go for a medic marine, or at least a lot of marines and micro in a bunker to start off with. The problem with this is that Flash is going to need to either use his first marines or his SCVs to kill off that assimilator, and he won't be using his marines, and right now we don't see him pulling his SCVs off, so this is definitely in the advantage of Jangbi. Jangbi will be able to get those zealots into his base very soon, and Flash will not be able to get a factory to deal with it for quite a while. I'm surprised that Flash has not sent a scout yet. Usually, when the Protoss player does a gas steal, you have to expect some kind of Dragoon or Zealot rush from them. And here, Flash is finally sending out his SCV. One Zealot already out for Jangbi. He's already decided to move in with the one Zealot, giving away his hand, but of course, going for the early attack, and Flash now has spotted with his SCV, of course. Now Jangbi running into the base. He's going to try to pick off the first Marine as it comes out. And yeah, he's doing some damage with the probe, trying to get a hit off, and now that will soften up the Zealot a little more, so the Marine a little bit more, so the Zealot can pick it off. But Flash is building another supply depot. Nice work there by Flash, making the choke a little more difficult for him to get into. And Flash is building a bunker. Perfect positioning for that bunker, by the way. You see those Marines are actually in a position where the Zealot, it makes it basically impossible for the Zealots to reach him. And so they're going to be able to take pot shots at the Zealot and move back to the safety of the bunker. And now Jangbi has two Zealots in the base, but I think Jangbi is going to not succeed in this. I think he's going to fail in this, because Flash has the bunker up in a perfect position. He has the Marines out, and Flash's early game micro is just impeccable, although they're losing one Marine. But that's not going to bother him. I think he has 3 more inside the bunker. He's continuing to pump it, and he's also got the refinery down now. Yes, it is finished, and now he will be able to start mining gas and get that factory up. Meanwhile, Jangbi's gateway is in a very exposed position. Once Flash gets a factory out, I feel that Jangbi is going to probably lose that pylon and gateway, and hence cost him a lot in economy. And Jangbi, actually, interesting enough, going for the fast expand afterwards. I was expecting Jangbi to plant his gas and then go for follow up with a Dragoon rush, but it looks like he's actually taking advantage of this time to go for a fast expansion. Jangbi with nice work there, picking off 2 SCVs, so I guess those Zealots are not completely neutralized in their ability to cause harm to Flash's base. And here's the factory from Flash going up here. So basically, Jangbi has decided to go for this expansion because he's hoping that he'll be able to keep Flash far away from his base enough to prevent Flash from moving out with, say, a 2-factory build, and hence take an economic lead in this game. And it's going to come down to how long he can hold that gateway in the pylon and how fast Flash has decided to push. Flash really can choose to go for an expansion himself right now after the factory is done, or to go for 2-factory or a starport or something like that. But I think Flash, well, honestly, I think it would be better off for him to go for the 2-fact build and then go for an early push, although he may decide to go for a fast expand. I don't know if he spotted the proxy gateway, though. If he hasn't, maybe he's going to decide to go for the fast expand, because if he has, I assume he's going to build a couple of units and just try to take it out. And here comes the first Vulture coming out for Flash. He's got a lot of Marines, by the way. Looks like about 8 Marines up for Flash. Absolutely crazy. Excuse me. And Flash now floating up his barracks. Interesting enough, I think he's actually going to go for a push here with 2 SCVs out and a lot of Marines out. He could be going for a push here at the natural expansion, but no, actually he's setting down his expansion. So Flash not going for the push, actually. He's decided to go for the expand instead. I'm not sure if that's a wise idea. Jangbi definitely has taken the lead in the expansion, and Flash won't be able to push out for quite a while now since he's invested in the minerals on that new command center. Now Jangbi producing some Dragoons too. He has a gateway in his base and at the proxy location, so he is going to hold that proxy for quite a long while longer. Expect Flash to be getting probably a tank soon, and then maybe spider mines, or well, it depends on spider mines or siege mode. I think at this point he probably will go mines, but you can't be sure. You can't be sure at this point. So Jangbi with a little bit of a lead, although I wouldn't say it's that much of a lead right now because he did go for a rush build. His economy was a little bit hurt by that, but he did smartly go for that fast expand after realizing the bunker was already in a very good position, that Flash had basically thrown off the Zealot rush without any casualties. So it was a nice transfer of tech there. And now Flash is pushing forward with his first tank. Jangbi has a lot of Zealots, so this is going to play a little bit differently from what the usual pushes are like, and Flash pushing out with a ton of SCVs to block for the tank also. It looks like he's now going to transfer them to mining, so managing to push back Jangbi from his second expansion also. Jangbi is still pumping a lot of Dragoons though and overlooking that second expansion, and getting his own second expansion up actually. Now pushing forward 5 Zealots and 3 Dragoons. He might be able to pick off this tank actually, but Flash has built that bunker in a good position. He has a ton of Marines to block this off. He needs to pick off those Zealots though before they get in range of the tank. Looks like he's going to lose all of his Marines. No, I think 1 Marine gets in the bunker. That's going to be absolutely crucial. And now he's needs to use this tank very wisely. He needs to not lose the tank, but the tank goes down. Vulture is going to go down also. I'm not sure if where Flash's spider mines are. I guess he might have gone for siege tech instead of spider mines, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. But I guess he might be trying to pick up a fast expand again. A fast second expansion, and now he's actually sieging up, so he does have siege mode, and he's building a little bit of a frontal barricade here to protect this tank. But now 3 Dragoons moving up. Flash needs to repair that tank. He really needs to repair this tank. No, the tank goes down. I think he should use those SCVs to repair the tank. I'm not sure if Flash is playing his A+ game right now. I'd say this is not necessarily his best game, and Jangbi certainly is playing absolutely brilliantly right now, playing definitely his top game, I feel. And Flash once again is going to lose another tank as it comes up to reinforce. I think Flash just pushed forward a little too quickly to try to pick up that new expansion, and now he's in huge trouble. He should have waited until he had 2 tanks or something and siege mode up. Now the Dragoons are in his base and all over the place. They're going to pick off a lot of SCVs here. SCVs coming on fire here, and that SCV building the factory will get taken down. Jangbi with very good control there, managing to pick off these SCVs. Now tank probably retreating to take care of these Dragoons, but certainly he's lost a lot of SCVs, and he's lost his ability to well, he certainly has lost the mining time too, and he certainly will not get up that second expansion, that mineral-only expansion. Still continue to pick off SCVs, although now I think the Dragoons will get surrounded and killed off. Looks like they might be able to pick off this tank. That would be incredible if they manage to pick off this tank. And will he get... Oh, man, and he gets the tank, too. 6 kills on that Dragoon now gets polished off by the SCVs. But Jangbi doing a lot of early game damage. And once again, Flash does not have any tanks. Just keeping the tank count down. Well, down to 0. And now Jangbi has gone for the reavers. This is going to be absolutely disastrous for Flash. He's way behind now, I think, in tech and in unit count. So Flash is going to have to do a lot of work to catch up here. Running off of 2 bases versus 3. He's trying to get a scout in, but this is getting denied by the Dragoons pumping in. Flash with a bunker, a tank, and a vulture at his front door, but none of this is anti-air, of course, and this reaver drop is going to come in probably 1 or 2 minutes. We'll see if Flash has had the resources to get an engineering bay and turrets. It looks like he actually has an engineering bay, so he is going to go for the turrets. Smart work there by Flash, making sure his bases are covered. But I think this opening is certainly weaker in this game than it was in last game. Excuse me, where Flash definitely was looking pretty even to Jangbi in the early game, and even later on, I think he was only behind by 1 base most of the game. And in the end, I think his strategy was quite smart, trying to force the draw rather than going for victory. I think he knew that he couldn't win the game. He was either between drawing and losing outright because he just couldn't